Hey everybody, Rodman here. Thanks for tuning in to Kenshi Birth of the Hive, episode 44. So before I get going, I had some big announcements. I'm planning on moving to the main island. We've definitely outgrown this temporary little base here. At this point, we are able to take on a fair bit of iron spiders with relative ease, depending on the armor and arms that we're using. And I pretty much know where I want to scout out and eventually develop the hive, but I will show you how I came to that conclusion. So if you take someone that has high science skill, like Queen does, when you do a prospect like this, we get sort of a map. So as you can see up here, this sort of plateau, the top of this hill, doesn't have water, doesn't have particularly good fertility. The area I'm in has iron right here, because there are iron nodes here. And then there is copper back on the starting island. So actually, right in this spot here is where I plan on settling in. I could go farther inland, but I don't want this outpost and this outpost to be separated by that much distance. I actually want to be close to the entrance. So that is the plan for this episode. Is to start to work towards that. So to that end, I'm going to, I actually reassign a whole bunch of people that are in my base to work on construction type stuff. But the really exciting end bit, the really exciting result of all of my efforts is I will have somewhat of a place to call home that I can invest in. I haven't really been investing in this area. I haven't made it look pretty. I haven't made it look, it's just barely functional. It's pretty cramped. And there's some other benefits. Once I move over to the new space, I will feel like I can start recruiting animals. I will feel like I can try to convert some southern hive and fog. We will sort of, reach, let's call it the end game. So Andy Salter mentioned that back here in the hidden forest, I can actually just set down anyone in any bed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, get these guys healed up. Now these guys here are probably going to want to get recalled so that they can help defend home while we are expanding into the new territory. I don't want to have iron spiders claim a bunch of lives, or really any scenario like we had last time where it was just like Silvershade shooting for his life because everybody else was unconscious. That was an unpleasant experience, not to be repeated. All right, so Red Rain is almost all the way healed up. No one was particularly hurt, even though we had cannibals biting at our heels. We can now pack up and head home. Now, ideally, I would like to swing by and try to get as many potential helpful resources for base expansion before we come home. So we do have some iron plates, but that's not that many. I believe Hollow was the slowest here. So my hope is that I swing by the world's end and somehow manage to find more goods that I did not see before. And I know that I could be getting into a lot of combat here, but I think the prospect of moving to a new home is worth skipping some extra little fights. So if you take a look at the tech, once I have hive specialty limbs unlocked, that unlocks a new bench that allows me to make arms for the people that have lost arms. I've been holding out, not doing it just yet, because I want to make the best possible arms that I can, and we are having Heresy level up to that end. So I'm having them crank out some building materials because the new home is definitely going to require some building materials, without a doubt. And then I've also been thinking about walls. So I'm not going to use walls for defensive purposes, but I do plan on using these basic walls. They're just like simple concrete walls. You can't stand on them. They're not like defensive gates and defensive walls. Like, look at these big honking walls. This looks like a Western wall, right? I'm just going to use some basic walls like this to help to, and not even use the concrete concrete gates. Use the simple basic walls to sort of separate, put a boundary between me and the rest of the island. Not defensively, but just sort of as planning. Think of it as like a hedge. You know, we're not, you know, a little hedge doesn't protect you from attackers. It just makes it so that if someone wanders into your territory, they have to come in a certain way. I'm very excited about this. Oh, yes. So we have the stone processor cranking out building materials, and everybody else is sort of running around with Meat Pants. Meat Pants is like pacing back and forth, doing farming, and then sitting on a stool. We just got weapon grade 5. Now, I'm not going to bother. In fact, let's have you guys stop your jobs. No more steel refining for either of you. I would rather have the iron plates. So that weaponsmithing unlocks MK3, which is very, very cool. And then let's hop back to the whole the swarm here. It is nighttime, so we're not really going to be able to get much in the way of trade done because they're closed. That doesn't mean I can't poke around a bit. Most of the random blueprints that a vendor is going to have for me. Oh yeah, actually the travel store is open. They're open late. It is very tempting to buy arms, but I'd rather have hiver arms for hivers rather than the sort of Western-styled arms. So I think the general goods, I don't think there's... I might be able to get some stuff out of the mechanical shop, but I was just here, so my guess is they're not going to have much. And then, of course, the ancient science books were only there because we refreshed the supply, so it would be a little exploitative to buy those. Now, if I really wanted materials, the place to really get them would be the way stations, but they're pretty far south, and I really want to move sooner than that. So I'm just going to go home and make do with what I've got. So then I have to decide on sort of building layouts, right? So I would say I would ideally have the whole base sort of laid out mimicking somewhat an actual hive, right? I mean, I think that makes the most sense. We want to have it look like a hive. I think the way to do this is to get my bone dogs home, because they're going to be able to haul a whole lot of construction material a lot more efficiently than any individual hiver would, even if they have a trade backpack. So I think I'm going to try to beeline it home. That will have me cut through a lot of the cannibals' territory. But the cannibals aren't known to be particularly quick, fleet of foot, unlike some of the screeching bandits and, of course, the fog, who are a bit faster in terms of a foot race. So we're going to go him and just follow Hollow and his trek back into our territory. We're going to be in the northern floodlands briefly. I'm going to want to go around the floodlands. Who are you? There's some people kicking up dust over here. They look like escaped servants. And we're going to have to switch back our way up. Now, there's this really nice sort of rail bridge looking thing. Then of course there's this ancient lab up here that is seems to be owned by cannibals or whatever. At least that's what it says. Town type ruin. It's just, I think it's in cannibal territory, but I'm not actually interested in going through a lab right now. Now regular labs tend to have ancient science books, but not AI cores. It's the ancient tech labs, and there's only a few of them, and they're pretty designated on the map that have the AI cores. And at this point, most of the research I so much want to get, like for instance, well, let's take a look. Extra strong arms would be awesome, right? That would give me lifter arms. That's locked up with AI cores. So the tech I'm getting right now, this specialty limbs gives me thief, basically gives me like crossbow dexterity arms. I won't have scout legs, I won't have KLR legs. Now ideally what you'd want is you would want thief and dexterity arms, lifter arms, and scout legs. That would be sort of my ideal robotics research loadout. The KLR stuff is less important to me. The KLR stuff is really high durability limbs that can take a lot of damage, but they don't specialize in strength or speed or anything like that. They're just sort of well-rounded if you want to be a tank. But most robotic limbs are so much stronger than the organic hiver limbs that, like, the KLR limbs, yeah, I mean, your KLR limb is not going to get destroyed sooner than a hiver's torso or something like that. All right, so there was a babbler here that just deactivated some spiders. I don't mind if I do. Don't mind being a scavenger. We've got to make do with what we've got. I'm going to need a whole lot of iron plates in the new territory. So probably the first thing I'm going to build is like a, a steel or a iron refinery. As that will be, that is a big old bottleneck to expansion. So the first buildings that I'm going to add are going to be, the things that I need to support iron smithing. Purple sand's living up to its name for once. Actually whipping some purple sand at my face. And we are just booking it home. We've had pretty uneventful return home, unlike the return out. Return out, it was like all about cannibals ambushing us at every turn. Coming home, it's been pretty tame, which is good, given the tasks I have queued up. Looks to me like pretty much all the spiders around my base have regenerated, so that's fine, I guess. Those spiders aren't going to come much further. They actually, to some degree, protect us from potential invaders. Okay, so now we're home. I'm going to have Red Rain and Thorns get ready to queue up. Where are you going? Are they just sitting? Yeah, they're just sitting. Okay. Red Rain and Thorns are going to queue up to carry what I need to carry over to the mainland so that I might start to build and expand. So that means mostly iron plates and some building materials, not too many. It also means probably animal skins. So if I take a look at the buildings, let's just take a hive dome. We need raw meat, foul raw meat. So I also need some foul raw meat. The little shacks here might be good to store our materials. Now, I do plan on basically not keeping boxes outside. It looks messy. It looks bad. We could definitely do better than that. So that's another design idea. So if I need a bunch of foul meat, it seems to me like I need to go big thing hunting. Probably, almost certainly, right? So let's go do that. This group just got home, but they are our combat squad. So there's no reason they couldn't just go whack some beak things. Of course, the foul meat that I have on me, let me put those animal skins away, because we're about to get a whole bunch more. I'm, in fact, going to put most of my inventory away, the iron plates included, because I bet we're going to fill up with foul stuff. Alright, Red Rain, you're going to do the same. I don't think anybody's queued to use the iron plates. so it's not like we're going to lose it, which is good. Alright, so off we go. Off to kill some big things so that we can build some buildings. Now I'm going to dive into the... Oh, did I dive too late? Nope. Alright. I wanted to avoid the iron spider at the end of my bridge, the little troll that he is, or it is. As you can see, not everyone's great at swimming. Wasted and Carpo definitely falling behind. And I accidentally left... Oh, actually, I think Red Ring got stuck. Come on, Red. He can just blow past the bugs. They didn't even really target him. Alright, so if we want beak things, we gotta go a little east, I think. That tends to be where we find them. Now, given the amount of money that I have, even if I found a nest, I might not even be interested in their eggs. We have plenty of money, and the amount of my financial situation is pretty all set. There's also, of course, river raptors that we could tear into as well. That's not a terrible alternative to beak things. They don't have the same amount of fowl meat, but they'll be fine. So if I take a look at everybody here, let's toggle block and hold and passive and have them just fully attack. So you can see this is a very one-sided fight. They're just poor little river raptors. Alright, hella. Now the problem is, of course, these things don't have anything but the fowl meat, so, you know, the regular meat I have to get off of Garu or beaks. Well, that's fine. It's a start. And I'm not going to worry about the my animals eating any of it. I'm sure we're going to come away with plenty of building materials. And, of course, I always know where I can get some more, if I need some more. So soon, the amount of iron spiders should thin out, and we'll start to see more river raptors. I'm going to leave them alone. We should start to see some big things. Oh, what are you, Babbler? Beast Trader's on his way to me. Cool. Alright, lost Babbler. He's getting totally clobbered. Outnumbered. Now, a lot of my comments also mentioned about strength training. So, another thing I'm planning on doing, once I settle into a new base, I have sort of an idea to do strength training that I don't feel is too exploitative. And I plan on training my way that way. If you're wondering, basically, long and short, grabbing some really heavy weapons and fighting with them. That way, it's not artificial training, like hauling your friends around, but it's still training nonetheless. It just involves combat. It involves some risk. You know, I could be disemboweled or whatever. I could be killed training up, and that makes me happy. Because I don't want to take shortcuts. I don't want to do it the easy way. I don't particularly like the easy way. So I think if I recall correctly, there was a big thing nest or something like that. There were at least some big things at the top of this hill. I could chase down some Garu, but I don't... The big things really are the most bang for my buck as far as the materials I'm looking for and what they drop. Let me check the map here. No, I don't know of any nest locations at the moment. Which might mean Gar will have to pick a fight with them instead. So I just got Hive specialty limbs, but that requires its own bench. The Hive-based prosthetics and limbs have their own benches, which is a little strange. So we're going to need a particularly large building to do all of the Hiver-based arms and legs. That's okay. I know that now. Come on. Sometimes when I'm around this area, it's nothing but beaks. And now it's like, I'm looking for beaks, and I find none of them. Whoa. Yeah, there's a lot of... I haven't really picked over that ruin. Or maybe I did, and then I did a... to add the prosthetics surgeon, I did a refresh, and it refreshed all of it. So here we go. We are picking a fight with the Garu. Garu are not easy targets. I should slow down time so show you the fight. But we have a lot of weapons that are particularly effective against creatures. So Thorns and Red Rain were sort of the first people into the fight, which means, or bone dogs or whatever. So they got knocked out. And the reason why I didn't want to just do Garu is, of course, they don't have any foul meat. So, you know, the River Raptors have no fresh, and so between the two, I can eventually get the materials I'm looking for. But it's, like I said, it's really not an efficient target because the ratios that I need to build with are found on big things. Alright, I'll just patch people up. Everyone that's unconscious right now, I'm sure they will regain consciousness shortly. Hella's enjoying just jumping around. She even said, I enjoy what I do. It's like, good. You are the dog. Alright, so this is way more fresh meat than the foul meat. So if I am not able to find big things, which, yeah, maybe I'm not, we're going to have to just pick a bunch of River Raptor fights. But yeah, those few Garu, that was honestly not even that many, really knocked me on my butt. Okay, Talon somehow has a bunch of foul meat. I had no idea that he had that. But he is truly not able to walk. He doesn't wear armor. He's a martial artist. I could hook him up with armor, but it makes martial arts actually harder to level. So what I'll do is I'll try to spend the minimum amount of time doing a little bit of a camp here. Oh, hi, tech hunters. And then my Red Rain, actually, you know what? I'm just going to have... I think the easiest way to do camping is to store all the beds on a beast of burden that can carry a bunch of beds, or someone that has a backpack that can do multiples. So, anytime I need camp, what I should do is just have one of the stack on the bone dogs be used. And then if I need more, I'll just do the other stack of the bone dogs. Because that's easier to figure out where the beds were sourced. So Pillar, Seiko, Slinky. Alright, so Talon and Wasted are already fully healed. Yes, the mods I'm running definitely makes it a lot easier to heal up quicker. It's kind of ridiculously fast, but, you know, it's also, I do it for you guys as well. Alright, so Red Rain is fully healed. Talon is probably, or Thorns is probably fully healed. Yep. Pillar's good enough. Seiko's good enough. Slinky's good enough. Alright. Off we go to try to find River Raptors or, big things. Alright, so now Thorns has all the bags, every bag. And that'll be easy to remember. Alright, so we did see... Okay, are these River Raptors? Perfect. Sorry, buddies. You don't deserve this. But you're just so easy to kill. Now, if I wanted to train up in strength, all I would have to do is use a particularly large weapon, like the ones found... Oh, even more of them. Like the weapons we find on the Lost Howlers, and just block. And after enough time blocking, we would level up our skill. Alright, Ron, let's get you looting with Red Rain. Yeah, and I think this will be enough, meat. I hope. Alright, Red Rain's about full up. thorns now. Yeah, this should be fine. Didn't get the big thing I wanted to kill, but boy, did we kill a lot of animals. It's interesting because, you know, I don't know when, maybe it was when we started manufacturing tons of armor. That's probably when we became pretty tough. But at this point, like, I could probably roll up on a nest of big things and just, like, not really worry about it all that much. Oh, look, a babbler. Alright, so you know what? I want to take this babbler down really, really, really fast. So I'm going to send my 3 hardest hitters. Because I think, ooh, Seiko almost just lost an arm from me not being careful. So everybody back up. And then my 3 strongest meleeers roll up in. And then my rangers can stick around as well. It's a lot faster to take down a target when you have your best soldiers on it. Because I will level up everybody evenly once I'm better set up. But someone like Seiko here just about lost an arm from being hit by one of these things. As you can see, when I don't play fair and I stack the deck, is just a slaughter. It's totally one-sided. Alright, let's reconvene. Seiko, your arm's been patched up the best I can. Alright, now we can just get home. Now that I'm full of... Oh, yeah. I was about to say, now that I'm full of the materials that I need, I'm sure I'm just going to run into some beak things, and that is exactly what happened. So this beaker here is going to go down pretty quick, I think. Alright. We definitely took some hits, but nothing too serious. Thorns. You've room. And this is why I really wanted to find beaks, because... they're so dense of materials. Where is Thorns? Thorns! Thorns! He's stuck. And he had Leviathans rolling up on him. I'm glad I was trying to loot things to Thorns, because I would have noticed eventually, but... Yeah. Oh, you're stuck again, dude? My goodness. You need a leash, and a collar. Alright, so Frenchie, you're up. You have to store some of this stuff. Seeing that I'm about to move... Ooh, I guess Pillar, you're the slowest now, because your leg got mashed up, probably by the big thing. Now that we're about to move to the main island, I would consider purchasing animals. If there's, like... I'd ideally want animals in their youth or juvenile stage, rather, so that they grow up around me. That is what I would find ideal. Because Red Rain and Thorns, although they were really, really slow... Oh, the Garo just grunted at me, so they might have gotten pissed. Beast Trader just arrived. Come on, Red Rain. Spider just took shots on me, but I'm okay. Mr. Pilla, keep on running. No, here's a fight between a Babel and a robot. I kind of want the Babbler's science or tech or whatever, which is why I'm picking this fight. Whoop, there it goes, it's flying. Alright, Green, you have... No, Green doesn't have a lot of carry weight. Honey, you must have just gotten your arm near chopped off. Hollow, you're already one of the slowest. Talon, you can handle it. Where are you going, Wasted? So I came over here to grab your tech. And then maybe the gear too. So we can always smelt it down. Alright, so Thor, trade with Troller Sauce. I grabbed it all with Thor, and he became super encumbered. Alright, so now he's mostly encumbered, but you should be able to walk home. I think everybody... Ooh, yes, there's a spider real close. Everybody else around me was, like, trying to run home for food, maybe? Oi there, townies. Yeah, quit calling me townies. Got animals for sale. Do you, though? Oh, you do this time. They have Bull and Garu. Well, maybe they don't have Garu, but let's go ahead. Silvershade, you one-armed bandit. Let's see what they have. They've got pack beasts that are pups. Bone dogs, pack bulls, wild bull that's a pup, and a goat that is a pup. Now the issue... Whoa. Excuse me. Windows, I did not want you to pop up. Yes, so what I was saying is, yeah, actually... Yeah. I don't really have anyone in the name queue, but the thing is you can't really rename animals once you recruit them, so... the funny thing is, like, I can't... I mean, I guess I could release them or butcher them, but I can't undo that. So we now have a wild bull, and I was going to get the goat too, if you'd hang on a minute. Where is the goat? Wait, seriously, where did the goat go? Oh, I bought both? Yeah, there we go. I only got to name one. But okay, so we have a wild bull and a goat. And everybody else is back home. Now, I have a bunch of people in the swarm here that are injured. So I should have them heal up before I go construct anything, because I don't want severed limbs or anything. I'm supposed to avoid severed limbs. That was a rule of this series. No intentional limb amputations. Alright, there we go. Queen is done with all the tech, so let's take a quick look. I have 2 more AI cores. Now, I was hoping on getting Edgewalkers, and I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to spend it right now. I'm going to save them up. So let's put away the Shrieking Tablets. And then let's also melt down all these scrap armors that I had. That gives us some base iron to play with, in case we need it. I'm just going to sell the body wraps, or burn the body wraps, rather. I have so much money that is not a factor for me. Plus, no one in my group can ever wear them, so not a problem if I do this. Troll, you're fully healed. Ray, you probably are too. Oh, Ray, you've got other people's armors. Yeah, I forgot about that. So this was Carpo's armor. Let's give it back to Carpo. And probably not Thor's armor, but I'm gonna give it to Thor anyway. I'm going to go ahead and melt the leather armor I have here. I just really don't need the money. So, give that to Thor. Alright. Now, I still have some people that need to heal up a little bit. But not by much. Pillar and Honey. Everybody else is just about ready to go. But something about this... Honey, you are going to tap out for just this one here. I'm just going to keep cycling them through people I know a lot of people have made their preferences about jobs and assignments and all that known, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm always able to honor it. The reason I'm tapping you out is I'm having Jay join us, because Jay is the engineering master, and we're going to want him around to help us engineer the base. And Pillar, you're going to tap out. For Queen, she wants to be there as well, for obvious reasons. I don't think I need him to explain that. All right, so here's our squad that is going to break ground. And one of the main reasons I'm bringing her along is if spiders mess with us, she could shoot them like no other. She's still pretty skilled with her bolts. All right, so here's the group. And we should have all the materials we need on the bone dogs. Just about. Yeah, we have tons. We don't, however, have building materials. So hold on. Before I go too much further, let me just have Red Rain grab a bunch of building materials. And then we should be all set. And Thorns, I can have you grab a few if they fit. We're also going to want iron plates eventually, but there should be some spiders around here to kill for iron plates as well. We can locally source the materials ethically and responsibly by murdering spiders. Jay seems to be the slowest of the group. Maybe Carpo too. Oh, no, Thor. Thor, you take the cake. That's fine. I don't care. We don't need to be speedy. We're not going very far. So we're going to settle right into this valley here. A lot of these trees are going to end up despawning. Just trees tend to stop rendering when you build buildings. But we have to decide sort of where we want the center to be, which is sort of up to Queen here. So taking a look, we have to get pretty far out here. This is when, I guess it's when it's burned ground. This is where the fertility in the water starts to decrease. So there's a pretty sizable valley in here. Let me zoom in. It actually kind of looks nice. It really does look nice. Got some of the purple hills in the background. So this is where we're going to want to settle in. And I would say that the Hive Dome is going to be Queen's home. And she should be in the center of town. Not a swamp dome. Hive Dome. So this will be the starting building. And then everybody else is going to get engineering assignments. Turn jobs on. All right, Red Rain. I'm just dumping this stuff out so that it's available to be grabbed for construction. Because once it's on the ground, it's not like it goes anywhere. Doesn't look like we need any animal skins for this building. Another thing that's going to be important is mining. So, one thing that I am curious about, let me pause just a second here. In terms of industry, yes, I can level up my ore drills. I can get a semi-automatic ore drill with my science books. But it's an AI core to get fully automatic ore drills. So then I'm going to get ore drills 2. I just spent a lot of books doing this. And then this will allow me to drill much faster than the manual mining, which is pretty important. Let me get back to the home. Pony and Pillar, you can wake up. Oboro, all three of you, you can all follow Meat Pants. For now, I'm not moving the farms over just yet, so that's just totally fine. How many? Yeah, we have a lot of motors. Oh, the motors are using up the iron plates, so I don't want to do that anyway. So let's get you on research bench. We have 7 books left. Iron plates. And maybe steel bars. The advanced automatic ore drill would be really, really good too, though. I won't deny that. We also have a lot of streaking tablets. How many do I have? Let me get a sum total. 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. So let's go for foot armor, which seems to be the highest tiered. And then moaning. And then for the cannibal stuff, I don't have enough for cannibal plate armor. I'll just keep saving up for that. Oh, also, we have an economy arm left here. So Silvershade, where are you? I can throw that into your arm now. Oh, no, he needs a right. Who needs a left? Little Light, you'll take it. That's Queen's old arm, but, you know, anything will help. So there it is. You can see it underneath the armor. Looks pretty cool, actually, right? Alright, back over to here. We're making this initial building. And then this will enact the sort of sphere of influence of our entire town once this is done. Oh, hello, Howler. Only slightly. Oh, yeah, he is clearing out the nearby. You know what? Don't mind if I do. Profiting off Howler's work. Sounds fine to me. Can he take 3 of them? No, his arms are gone. And in fact, now they're coming over to me. Alright, you're on. Jay here is like, what? Combat? Let's take him off of passive. So this is a good proof of how strong I am. Hella really should have been ranged there. I don't know why she closed the distance. She got mashed up real hard. Hollow should back up as well. So you can see, yeah, even these iron spiders, they hit real hard. You need a significant amount of armor to be able to take a hit and not lose limbs. So I'm trying to have people that are injured move away. This spider's down. And the Howler is over there, unconscious. Well, that worked. Alright, next up, we need some... I don't mind dumping stuff out on the ground here. We are waiting for raw fowl meat. So, Red Rain, run over here. And drop some of the extra raw fowl. Get that going. And then Queen, what I want you to do is run around deactivating this stuff. And maybe... Oh, we already got that. Maybe stripping the monster. At least taking his weapon away, so he's ineffective. Alright, so the Hive Dome is done. I didn't mean to drop that helmet, but the Hive Dome is done. Which is a very good first step to the new home. So we'll give these off to the bone dogs so they can carry them. So if you take a look, I have a new outpost. So this is the Iron Hive. This, too, will be the Iron Hive. Confusing, yes. The Iron Hive. What I can do is the Iron Hive HQ. Keep it separate. There we go. Alright, there should be... Wasn't there more spiders? Oh yeah, these guys. Hi guys, I hadn't forgot about you. Actually, I just picked a fight with like a significant amount of spiders, didn't I? I mean, I know the what's his name softened them up a bit, but still, you know, that was a really good test run of how effective our defenses would be. And I think if everyone was in much better armor, we would have fared a lot better. You know, these things hit like trucks, but you know, if we are decked out in pretty high tier armor, wouldn't be that much of a problem. Okay, so this is obviously not a flat building. I could fix that if I care to. I do have slopeless enabled, but I don't think it works with these modded buildings. Whereas if I had a regular building, let's just demo that. I'm not actually going to construct this. Like an L house. Oh, come on. No, that doesn't look slopeless either. Maybe slopeless isn't working. So the next thing I wanted to do is a shack out here. This shack is going to be for mining supplies. So I'm just going to plop it right down there. They're really, really, really cheap to make. The idea is just to store my ores and stuff in there. I don't want to have... Basically, I'm aiming not to have the storage out in the open. So here, let's go ahead and do ore storage. I'm curious if I'd be able to fit two. Probably not. But I'll shove that all the way back in case I'm able. Alright, so we have ore storage here. We're next to a bunch of iron resources, but like I said, I invested a lot in the iron mines in the hopes that I'll more efficiently mine than just the manual pick to the ore nodes. But that also means that I'm also going to want... where is it? Crafting. I'm going to want the... or mining, rather. Going to want the iron refinery. And I can put that right out front. I'm trying to design the base or the area here as if it's, you know, laying it out with sort of some ideas of efficiency and that kind of thing. Okay. I'm going to throw down a temporary generator. I'm going to throw it down right next to the refinery. And we're going to just import our fuel from the last place. Now, I don't think I have all the iron that I need for this, so... Red Rain, because you're far less encumbered than Thorns, you're going to run back. I like how the sort of military outpost now. And, in fact, let's rename it. So this is the Iron Hive guard post. How it's in the line of sight. And it's also like a 10-second run for Red Rain, which is phenomenal. So the most important things for me to be able to build a big city is to have a source of iron plates and a source of building materials, and now I have both. I've secured this area, and we'll get both out of it. Also, the batteries, all the power that I'm doing here is all temporary. So the battery banks and the generators are very, very temporary. And we can have, let's see, what are we needing? We need 4 copper and some electrical components. The electrical components should be easy to find because we just disassembled a bunch of those robots, those spiders. So Red Rain, go run on over back home, and we'll pick up some copper. Jert, I don't think you're supposed to be there, man. Not that I really mind, but let's have you follow. And then everything about this home base is going to basically be ripped up and redesigned. No, okay. Red Rain, you're stuck again. Nothing about this home is going to stay. It's going to basically become a military outpost. That's the idea. So we'll get some more materials from back home. I'll get some building materials as well. I'm sure that can't hurt. Alright, so the iron refinery is all set up. It just needs power. Which we will be getting in just a moment. And I'm sorry to do this again to you, Red Rain, but I need to go get fuel. So, we have power. We're out of resource. So, the resource here, we're sort of waiting for the tech for better ore drills to get rolled out. And then I'm also going to upgrade the iron plates as well. So there's a considerable amount of side projects to contend with. Where is my... You know, forget the fuel storage. Whoever's meat pants will make some more for us. So let's bring this fuel over. And also, you know what I'm going to do for once? Is bring out the iron over. We're going to start to iron refine. As far as the squad goes, let's see. Wasted. Where are you? You are in our main group here, I think. You are indeed in our main group. Should it be wasted? I gotta check my sheet, making sure I'm not assigning. Wasted and Delirious, both of you are going to man. Oh, this doesn't even require workers. Oh, perfect. Yeah, this is a semi-autonomous iron refinery. Just we need a haul to it, which is far less effort than I thought. Yeah, the more high-tech you become, the easier it becomes to have sort of the simple industry, because it all becomes automatic. All right, so Mr. Wasted, you're going to haul to the iron refinery, and then the iron refinery is going to turn these raw iron into the iron plates, and then Delirious, so Wasted, that is your first job. I'm going to put you into keepers. Mr. Delirious, you also are going to be keepers. No more stone processor, you run up here. He's going to be pretty slow. So Wasted, when you're not doing that, mine the iron resource. And then also, for now, my lighting is going to be low-tech, but eventually I'll have high-tech. So we're going to add some low-tech torches around these ore nodes. And Wasted, you should stop being an engineer. As much as you want to be. Alright, everybody else in the swarm, come around here. Now, I should be sending people home to recover, but they'll be okay, I think. Alright, so Delirious is up here now. And Delirious, you two are going to be iron mining. And then when the thing is full, you're going to haul it. And this will keep, this will sort of fuel our ability to make iron plates. Providing that we have fuel in the generator here. That is a big provided, but, you know. Slinky. Make sure that the generator doesn't run out of fuel, and then also do some mining. The backbone of our economy, the heroes, for sure. Alright, so everybody else here, for now, I think I'm gonna... Oh, here's another one in a recovery coma. Oh, two more. Yeah, this is somewhat of like a... I guess it acts somewhat as like a proving ground for like lost howlers and foolish babblers or something. It's very, very strange that they're... Oops, that was my armor. Very, very strange that they're constantly murdering each other. And, I don't know, works to my advantage. Gives me free resources. Another thing I did say that I wanted to do is somewhat of a retaining wall. Not one that actually keeps invaders out, but ones where it protects the people inside. So the idea is not to actually have a physical gate, not to have any mounted crossbows or anything like that, but sort of a wall that goes around the perimeter of our area so that random spiders can't just spawn on me and walk in and crush me. That is sort of the worry. So for that, I'm going to use basic walls, and the blue arrows point towards the enemy. Okay, so I'm just going to use some basic walls here because they're simple, they're low tech, and I can't really exploit them for any defensive purposes. And they also work really well. There's no gaps in the walls or anything like that. So I'm going to start to lay out some very, very basic walls, and this will protect our guys from, you know, potential slaughter, I guess. All right, Slinky, you should also be kicked down to keepers. There we go. Some very basic walls. They just stop things from walking in where we don't want them to walk in. That's all it really does. Oh boy, there is a quadruple threat of iron spiders right over there. What if everybody's set to hold over here? Queen, could you pull one at a time? I'm gonna play this. Ooh, boy. Immediately you shoot someone in their own leg. Hella. You are very, very hurt. Red Rain, Thorns, step up. Thor, sure, we'll have it be you. Boom, that one's dead. Beautiful. Where are you guys going? To a hive stool? No. I think they are all sitting on hive stools over there or something. These two colonies are so close to one another that they can share jobs, I guess. Which is kind of funny. Alright, Queen, let's have you ditch. I know there's going to be a lot of resources on the floor, but I'm more interested in removing the threats around the base. So that's, you know, chiefly the spiders. Now, for storage, I'm going to want another building. So I don't think we're going to be able to store, well, maybe. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to be able to store iron plates in here, but I could try. I don't know if they're going to, like, knock into one another, but ideally I would also have some iron plates in here. No, it doesn't look likely. Looks like it's one box per. Yeah. That does seem to be the case. Ah, that's okay. I can store smaller things like fuel in here as well, or whatever. Actually, somehow that fits. But I think it would block the door and no one would be able to use it. So, that's actually not a terrible thing, because that just means I need a lot of shacks, which means that the hive here will look more vibrant and active as a result. Let's toss down a little shack, and this will be for the hive, the plates, because we're making a whole bunch of them, but we don't really have a place for them to go. Also means that that things are looking up. We're now able to manufacture iron plates, which means, you know, start to finish manufacturing of armor is possible. I'm going to add torches in there as well. Eventually, maybe we'll have lights, but for now, it just can be torches. All right, so wasted. You are also going to haul 2 iron plates as a top priority. Means that you're going to be running around a lot. As you can see, there's now a nice glow coming out of these buildings. Well, sort of. I think it looks nice. I think I'm quite happy with this. Mr. Wasted, you are also going to require a better backpack. So, Hollow's backpack is not a combat backpack, so I'm going to give that to you. Because then, we can haul way more than one at a time. Although, he's hauling one at a time. Alright, looking good. Well, guys, that's about all the time I have for this episode, but I hope you are excited as I am, being able to sort of manufacture all my arms and armor in-house now, not relying upon the murder of spiders. That means that really soon everybody's going to have really nice suit of armor, and then I'll be able to start to do some training for attack and defense and strength and stuff like that, because I'll have the armor to protect me from the attackers. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. If you are a patron of mine and would like a character named after you, all you got to do is reach out to me on Discord, and I do hope that you tune in next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Adios.